Dragonflight Season 3 is coming to an end and rating inflation is at its peak. Now is the time for all of us to push in arenas and get those sweet rewards. Whether you want the elite set, the beautiful green PvP illusion, the gladiator tabard or mount, this quick Havoc guide will give you everything you need to know to get it. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Felfire Gaze channel. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Similar to previous seasons, the easiest way to get your PvP rewards is through solo shuffle. I am currently sitting those long queues to farm the 100 wins for the legend title, so wish me luck boys. We start with the gear, which hasn't changed too much from previous season, and we will still aim for mastery and versatility. We're at this stage in the expansion where we passively have too much versatility, so we're trying to maximize mastery wherever we can. Here is where crafted gear comes into play. While PvP pieces are extremely focused on versatility and have low mastery, crafted gear has 50-50, which is way better for Havoc at this stage. You definitely want to craft the engineering bracers with mastery on them. You definitely want to use your forset, and you are excluding the chest piece because it has crit haste, terrible stats. And you will craft another piece with versatility mastery for the chest slot. Now, if you can find high mastery, low versatility pieces like the clock from Trophies or Strife, then you can use them and they're even better. I even went a step further and I used the PvE chest and the PvE belt that I got from the vault just because they have high mastery. For your embellishments, you want 2 times blue silken lining and you can put them wherever. I have them on my boots and my ring, but it doesn't really matter. If you know you're going to be the kill target 100% of the time, then you might want to use Infurious boots here, because you might get more value out of them. For your gems, you want 1 agility mastery gem and everything else should be mastery versatility. For the enchants, you want the PvE enchant from the raid, you want leech on your cloak, waging stats on the chest, leech on the bracer, double Sophic devotion on the weapons, you want the belt clasp on your belt, agility stamina armor kit on the legs, you want plain runner's breeze on your boots, and of course mastery on both rings. Last but not least, go get a cool transmog boys. I always find myself playing so much better and feeling confident when I enjoy the way my character looks, moves and plays. We move on to the talent section where we have some significant changes from the first half of the season. All the burst talents have been nerfed. Inertia, Fell Barrage and the Elysian Decree have been nerfed, so we don't play them anymore. Since we don't have Inertia, we no longer play a Fire Inside, and this makes all the Immolation aura talents to the right lose a lot of value, so we don't play them either. Instead, we play a more consistent build, going down the middle, to take all Dimorph talents and also take momentum for passive damage increase. This is similar to what we used to play last season. There is very little choice in our spec. You can move Isolated Prey to get 1 point in Blind Fury to make more consistent goes, but me personally, I always play Isolated Prey for those 5-second Chaos Novas that can end games pretty often. In the class tree, there are 2 free points that you can move around. I play Improved Sigil of Misery and Swallowed Anger because we have a very Fury hungry spec and I want to be purging on cooldown. Now instead, you can move this point to Charred Warblades, or to Shattered Restoration to get more healing, or you could play Felfire Haste for a little bit more movement. Some people like Disrupting Fury, I'm not a fan, but it doesn't matter too much, any combination of these talent points can work, it's up to you. Now for PvP talents you always play Glimpse and Chaotic Imprint and you have 1 free talent. Now if you have a good reverse magic target like Ship, Trap, Hodge, Sleepwalk, Repentance, you always play reverse magic. It's extremely powerful to reverse 1 full CC from your healer even if it only happens once per game. The second option is Detainment, which you take it versus warriors often, or when you have other teammates with incapacitates that might CC the healer, for example a hunter or a mage. In that case, always communicate with your teammates to sap a different target. In some niche cases, you can take some other talents. The first one is Cleansed by Flame. I play this talent against shamans and mages to dispel the roots. it can dispel a root roughly every 20 seconds, which is the diminishing return cooldown. It's super powerful when you want to tunnel down a resto shaman in 2 vs 2. Just don't cast Immolation Aura ever unless he casts Earthgrab Totem first. Another niche option is Blood Moon, which can be used against Warlocks, especially against Demonology Warlocks. You target their pet and you cast Consume Magic, and then you get a Soul Fragment that increases your damage by 20% for 15 seconds. It's simply broken because you can do it all game long. Finally, in some very niche cases I use Rain from Above when I know I'm going to be the kill target 100% and I'm playing against double melee. For example, I was in a solo shuffle lobby with 2 rogues, 1 elemental summon and 2 fist weavers. Yeah, imagine that. It was a very fun experience and I was trying to survive using Rain from Above to delay their stance on me all the time. If you are still watching and having a good time, please like the video, it helps me a lot to grow the channel. The spec we're playing this patch has a lot of consistent pressure with some bursts here and there. It revolves around spending as much fury as possible to extend Metamorphosis with Shattered Destiny and reduce the cooldown of I-Beam with Cycle of Hatred. Anytime we don't spend fury, we don't only lose damage in that moment, but also opportunity damage in the future, in the form of extended Metamorphosis duration and cooldown reduction. That's why we're extremely dependent on uptime. We need to hit something all times and avoid being crowd controlled at all costs. If you can't reach your target for some reason, then swap to the nearest one and keep attacking. Don't go alone behind the pillar to get CC'd, stay in the range of your healer to get dispelled. Use Glimpse and Shadow Meld to avoid as much CC as possible. Even in games where I play reverse to dispel my healer, if I find myself in a very awkward position, I might use reverse to dispel my roots, especially in solo shuffle where constant pressure is what wins most games. In the opener of every game, where we have all cooldowns, we want to spend 3 inner demon procs, 2 death sweeps and 2 I-beams. That's a lot of fury, 250 in total. So we need to start generating right when we enter in the arena. I always press Immolation Aura, and if I don't need Glimpse right away, like versus rogues, I eventually retreat instantly to get the fury rolling. I might purge first global while the enemy team is approaching and then Fellblade right away. I try to save Sigil of Flame as it does pretty good damage when hitting 2 or more targets. Now the next important thing is how to do the opener. You can do it in a PvE fashion, which is I-Beam into Chaos Strike, into Essence Break, Death Sweep, Meta, Death Sweep, into another Chaos Strike, into I-Beam, into Chaos Strike for maximum overall damage. However, in PvP you normally don't get so many globals to build pressure, so I prefer to do a typical Essence Break combo with Fell Eruption. The sequence is illustrated in this clip where I I-Beam, either Vengeful Retreat or Fell Rush to get momentum, then Fell Eruption, into Essence Break, into Death Sweep, into Chaos Strike. This generates massive pressure in the opener. You then have Metamorphosis ready for use and you can do a few things with it. You can jump on top of the enemy healer and Chaos Nova him for 5 seconds and either swap on him or use the hand to get back on your main target. Another option is to Metamorphosis jump on your healer to reverse magic the first CC of the game and then use the hand to get back into the battle. Sometimes your target might knock you or put you in an Ursus Vortex or Static Field Totem. You can use Metamorphosis to jump out of these effects and instantly get back to the target. Another potential opener on the enemy healer is to Chaos Nova into I-Beam, Essence Break, Death Sweep, Chaos Strike. This also generates massive pressure. If he pops some sort of a major defensive cooldown, you can imprison him into fear and swap on a DPS player with your Fell Eruption and Metamorphosis or the Hunt. You cannot do this opener on a DPS unless the hero is cross-CC'd because otherwise he will dispel your Chaos Nova. Generally speaking, your goal is to keep hitting something and avoid getting CC'd. You can do big swaps with Fell Eruption Essence Break or with the Hunt. Another interesting option is casting the Hunt on a focus target, which is something that can also surprise your opponents and make them waste defensive cooldowns. Thanks a lot for watching to the end. I hope that you learned something valuable today and that you will use it to achieve your PvP goals before the season ends. Please share the love, like the video and subscribe to the channel for more future videos. As always, see you in the next one.